Alright, we got Modern Combat. This is Mori, and we got a game between FeePan over here. Community favorite, I guess you could say. He's one of the more well-known, talented Modern Combat players, and he's one of the easier ones to reach if you ever want a 1v1 or a 2v2. He's wrecked me multiple times. Definitely a very solid player on both sides. And on this side, we have Marko. He's playing under Commander Cat right now. The Steam tag is Marko. They're my good friends, and while he's not very well known in the Modern Combat community, I have a feeling that's going to change in the near future. He's fantastic at the game. He's a great old school Company of Heroes player, along with FeePan. So, you know, we both have some really talented Company of Heroes talent moving into Modern Combat. We got FeePan doing a pretty standard opener here, building 2 NGs and the ATMP. Doesn't give him a lot of firepower, but it gives him a lot of capturing power, and he can try to outcap and harass the American player. Marko, as Marko is wont to do, is doing a very unusual opener that somehow always works for him. It's always something different, too. Instead of doing the 2 engineer and rifle start, which almost 100% of Americans do nowadays, 2 engineers, 1 engineer goes out to cap, 1 engineer caps something close, barracks, rifleman. Really solid, works almost all the time as a good opener. Marko instead doesn't build a 2nd engineer, so he only has that unit and that unit to capture on the map, while the PLA already have 3. And he's building a Jeep as his 3rd unit. So, there are no snipers on the field at all, which is the Jeep's kind of, one of the Jeep's main purposes is hunting down snipers. It's really cost effective at doing it. And he's just gonna go across the map and try to harass with his Jeep, I guess. It can't capture. It can't capture. It's only really good for harassing PLA low health units like the engineers, which are over there. They eluded me for a second there. And the ATMP. Jeep's damage, but militias come up right behind it. ATMP militia has been pretty popular in PLA recently because you don't need to worry about an MG getting harassed by a Jeep. So I think a lot of American players are starting to understand how good the Jeep is, but still, I wouldn't bring it out this early. Not when you only have 2 capture units. Whatever. A Jeep and a rifle is a lot of really good firepower, and the plus about the Jeep is that no matter how much damage it takes, as long as it can find an engineer unit, you can repair it without having to retreat the unit and send it all the way back to the HQ and reinforce, like these rifles would have to. Engineers pinned down behind that building, not really suppressed or anything, but they can't move, and they don't have the health to retreat through that. Well, I mean, they could retreat. Never mind, the retreat path would be up that way. What am I thinking? But the ATMP militia team cannot contend with that Jeep and rifle team, so the militia is going to go and harass the fuel. And once again, Marko going crazy here. He's got an OP'd munitions and an OP'd fuel. That's going to cut in so hard into his resources. He really is only going to have the resources for... He's not building another Jeep, so he's going to have to wait until 300 manpower for another rifle. This guy's got to get out of there. So he's got 2 OP points and 3 units on the map in total. Jeep's doing okay on health. Rifle's doing great. Engineers have been pushed off the map. Still not building another rifle team. Not sure what he's doing. FeePan has an MG out to cover mid. He's getting a 2nd MG out. Honestly, it's not a bad plan. 2 MGs at the PLA means they can cover each other. Engineers decided to jump in that building. Kyle's hitting it from the window. I don't know why he's hitting it from a 3 window side. NGs are running out. They were just delaying. Militia camping out on that road, waiting to ambush engineers when they try to come and repair this or assist the Jeep. Ooh, that's going to be a bad fork. Militias are going to come in. Engineers are going to come in. I'm not sure what that ATMP is doing. It's just harassing. But if... Yeah, Marko's gonna fall for it. He's moving right into this. Ooh, that's nasty. Can't move that way because of MG. Can't move this way because of militia. Can't move that way because the engineers are likely gonna get flamethrowers to take down post. But hey, all of Kyle's firepower, that 1 rifle squad is over here, and is decapping his fuel. So I mean, that's something. militia, or, MG is going to try and suppress it. Another rifle squad trying to come in. That Jeep's... Nah, Jeep is a damaged engine. That fight's over. That fight is over. Engineers retreating out. Rifles moving in. They can grab some kind of cover. Yeah, honestly, even without cover, they can easily take a low-health militia and an engineer, as long as the engineers don't have Flamethrower. Still have soon. Just going for engineer damage, trying to take that out or make it retreat so it doesn't get a Flamethrower to bear on that OP, but that's what's going to happen. That MG is going to stop him. ATMP recapping. Rifles retreated off the map because of the other MG. MG has that rifle team suppressed. Engineer is going to stay out of the fight. He really wants to keep those 3 guys in the team until they get Flamethrowers and can torch that OP. Slow down Kyle's insane fuel advantage, because the funny thing is, he has a fuel advantage. He doesn't have map control on his side of the map, but even though he's missing that fuel, he's got 28 fuel income from that OP, and 40 munitions income, and FeePan only has 37 and 26. That's the beauty of early OPs, I guess. Rifle's just trying to do delay tactics, can't do anything to that MG. Might need to go in for a flank. I'm not seeing any progress you're making here. Oh, okay. Setting up sandbags, and rifles are not going to go in that way. Yeah, they're going to go around for the flank. ATMP capping there. Actually, they might be going over to kill that ATMP. We've got no tier 2 from our American player Marko over here, which implies that he is going to build tier 3, and we have a support structure up from FeePan with some regulars rocking. Regulars are really solid, a lot more than militia. Better capture rates, better damage from cover, really, really good upgrade to the DMR. Oh, it's so expensive. That's an ATMP cap, yeah. That's an ATMP kill. ATMP, all it could really do is harass that munitions because Marko is refusing to use his munitions, so maybe he's just holding out for late game, get a Bradley out, and then support it with a chopper? Or A10 strafing runs? I have no idea, but no tier 2 at this point. Really it only means one thing for the Americans, and that's bringing out a Bradley, and things like the RPG team just will not be able to fight the Bradley. Like any sane player, I mean, FeePan, he built tier 2 to stop the, because he's expecting, like, the American player to build a ton of strikers, a ton of light vehicles, and the RPG team's going to be great at harassing those, but Marko, again, with the very unusual builds, moving in to just harass on the right side. He still only has tier 1 units. PLA is working with tier 1 and tier 2, and will likely have tier 3 up soon. Rifle fork. I think he's going to force a retreat. Yep, that regular doesn't want to deal with that loss in health. Everything on that side of the map is going to fall back because there's nothing on that side. They can now fight those 2 rifles even if they're sat low on health. Ooh, this is going to be some bad decapping action for FeePan if he doesn't watch out. Those rifles have nothing to stop them from capping all of this stuff, and that's what they're going to do. Yeah, it's pretty much his only game plan at this point. ATMP move into cap. These guys move in, get the Jeep kill. Yep. This is going to be his game plan. Move in with these guys, but he can't because it's a rifle and an engineer in cover. And they have the green cover from the dead Jeep now. And it's really, you're going to have to move in. And decap with the ATMP. You have nothing left that you can do. He's getting the tier 3 up. I mean, if he can hold out long enough for tier 3, maybe maybe he can get the amphibious car out. But geez, this has just been an all tier 1 game for Marko, and he's just decapping everything. If he captures that, or at least decaps it, this game might be over, because that's just so many resources that FeePan isn't getting. Marko is going to be able to tech the tier 3 at his leisure and get a Bradley out, and there is nothing in this except for maybe the AT gun that can really handle that, and a well-microed Bradley is going to fight it. RPG team doesn't do anything to the Bradley. Yeah, I think that's game. I think that's going to be a GG soon. Those rifles running away. Well, you know, if he gets a rifle kill there, maybe he can come back. Probably gonna get that rifle kill. Maybe? Oop. Oop. Nope, doesn't get the rifle kill. He'll get the rifle kill on that one, but what's it matter? Yeah, that's a GG. Yeah, wow. Marko just avoiding casualties. Never really losing anything except for Jeeps, which are 250. They're not terrible to replace, and they did their job. Wow. That double OP game plan. That worked wonders.